started on Town of Sumner's joint planning board, select board. The time is 6:01 on 15 July 2025. I request everyone stand for pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty. Did you have a chance to take a look at the minutes?
I did. They're good to me.
Alright. Any issues that none occurred?
No.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes as written.
Second.
Alright, all in favor? Alright. Minutes have been approved as written. Alright, moving on. Warrant number 2, expenses, $34,937.93. Checks written series 16,042 to 16,057. Receipts for $20,598.95. And receipts numbers from 46 to 85. 2003 real estate taxes collected holding steady at 97.3. 2024 real estate taxes collected year to date is holding steady at 91%. Which leads us to open session. Anybody have anything?
Was there a discussion about the last meeting about the celebration for GWI and Maine Connectivity Authority?
I sent out an email and I heard from 2 people.
And it changed, the select board got back at the 2 dates that had been suggested for the last meeting we attended.
Right,
They
right.
were-
Neither one of those worked for
Somebody there.
GWI. So they suggested the 15th, but I don't know if there's any interest.
I can send them in.
When we had the 1st and the 8th, I sent an email out to town, to whoever's on the town.
And that's, that's the 15th Friday.
Yeah, it would be a Friday.
And Derek was wondering if there was a date midweek that would be better, but.
I was planning on, I haven't done it yet, I was planning on sending Derek a email and just asking what his expectations, I guess, were and what he wanted to actually see. I know, like, he kind of came and said his thing or whatever, but does he actually want to see some of the residents here, or is it just more or less like we want to say we put the event on? No offense, but I'm just being real. Because my thought is that if he actually wants to see the community here, it's going to have to be more than just some, you know, a tent with some people and a little meet and greet. He's going to have to do something to actually get people here. That's just my opinion. So I was going to suggest that to him. If he wants to actually get the community here, then he, you know.
So we've got a month between now and then.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we go with the 15th.
Yep. I'll email him when we're done here today, so I won't forget.
I think once we get it settled, if there is a date, and
Yep.
we talk to people, and they may have things that they will be planning to put out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe through word of mouth, people can let other people know.
Yeah.
My email didn't get much of a response.
Yeah, we got what, 1 or 2 total? I'll email him when we're out of this meeting, so I don't
Okay,
forget.
thanks.
Yep.
I also have something for open session. I want to reach out to folks in the community. The memorial that's out here behind the building. I had a few questions. Is there an entity that kind of maintains that, kind of works with painting
So
or?
the Mother's Club is the one that put it up, and they did reach out to me earlier this spring saying that they were going to recoat it with paint. But
Okay.
if you have any other questions, I will contact the Mother's Club.
Okay,
so I can-
yeah, if you could just send me that, I just want to know they need anything from us, if there's anything. I guess I would like it to at least say that the forward face is for World War II. There's nothing that says that. If you go behind, it does, have the names for Vietnam, Korea, the Gulf War.
Okay.
Just had some questions. So, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Education Exploration Committee update.
I can do that. So last Thursday, we met here in Sumner, and it was a small crowd, but it was a good meeting. We had a presentation based on the paperwork that we got back from the state. And one of our members is a mathematical guru, so he worked his magic. Some of the numbers appeared scary to us. Some of the numbers appeared not that scary to us. Keep in mind, these are all based on kind of made up numbers from the state, who makes up a new formula every year, and you don't really know what that formula is going to consist of. So our next step is we are in the planning stages of working on a petition that would go out to residents to petition them to see if residents of Buckfield, Hartford, and Sumner are even interested in moving forward with withdrawing from RSU 10. If there's enough people that sign the petition, then it would go to each town's select board and move forward from that point. But the first part is to see if there's even interest, because if there's not, then, it just stops and nothing lost. So that's kind of where we're at. So that will be soon.
Do you have a time frame for putting petitions out, or is there a value in doing it after school starts or before school starts?
No, there is a rough time frame, and if the townspeople were to say, yes, we want to move forward with this, and we go through all of the 22 steps, we're looking at about 2 years anyhow before this would even happen. However, petition-wise, there's no time frame. There's no benefit of doing it sooner or later. We just want to make sure that the wording is appropriate, that people are trained both in how to do petitions and to have enough information to, give to people when they ask questions and sound like they know what they're talking about.
Is there a possibility of an informational meeting? Is that an option prior to the petitions actually starting?
Every meeting is informational.
In terms of inviting residents, I mean, officially, we're going to start a petition, and we'd like to have people be well informed.
That I don't know, because every meeting is open to the public. Every single meeting in Hartford, Buckfield, and Sumner is. So we didn't discuss having a separate meeting above and beyond the meetings that we already have, but I can definitely bring that,
Is there a mode for getting the information out that there are meetings? Does somebody have like a Facebook group, or is it
The
information?
The exploration,
Okay, so
yeah.
we just have-
Yep, and the Exploration Committee does have their own Facebook group that's public.
Okay.
I do want to backtrack, Mary Ann. At the point after, if the petition is successful and people decide they do want to go forward with that, at that point there has been talk that we would go in front of the select board, or the chair of the committee would. So I don't want to sound like there's never a meeting taking place, but as far as before the petition, I don't think that's been discussed, so I can definitely ask about that.
I mean, we do that prior to some decisions around ordinances,
Yeah.
things like that.
Yep. Sure. Kristen?
This is a follow-up to Mary Ann's question too, and also Jeff's, now if I can remember both of them. Gosh, I think they both have flown out of my brain.
Mode for letting the public know about the meetings that are taking place.
Okay. I lost it. But what has happened the heat, I guess. But first of all, the petition is not part of the formal process of like 24 steps or whatever it is the state puts out there, right? Or is it?
It is. The petition is essentially the first step.
Okay.
There's 22 steps. They can come to a screeching halt at any point. So at any point within that 22 steps until paperwork is taken to the Board of Education at the state. Up until then, and there's many steps, that have to take place before then, including getting a lawyer and
At some point, I remember reading through the file that it is here at the town office of when this process was attempted years back. There is a very time-sensitive step in there.
yep.
Do we have all the time in the world right now with the petition and if there was an informational meeting? So I'm thinking that if people started circulating petitions, the word would get out there like, hey, we can have a big three-town informational meeting that is like the big meeting.
Sure,
We can
that's-
answer all the questions, once all these petition signatures are gathered, really for people to understand,
Right.
here's where we're at and there's where we're going.
And that would be after the petition.
Yes, okay, so, but up until that point, that we have not hit the go button on the time-sensitive 30 days and 90 days.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
So we're still, okay, but
Yep.
this is technically, the petition is technically the first step of the multi-step process.
Right,
then?
right.
Okay. Oh, I remember my next question. It had nothing to do with that.
Let's go, yeah.
Your contact who was able to talk to the state and get the ED 279, projected ED 279 for
Yes.
the towns of Hartford, Sumner, Buckfield, like former SAD 39, right?
Yes.
So those numbers were obtained?
Yes.
Okay, so.
Yes.
Um,
To the extent that the state actually gave us a RSU number of our own if we were to actually
okay, and so they.
withdraw.
Was
So-
it 39 again, or
No.
was it a different one? Okay.
believe it was 90.
90, okay. That is an incredible and very encouraging step to have in this process. So a big thank you to the person who did that. That is phenomenal.
It is not I for sure.
I really appreciate all the effort that you're putting out there though to convey this to the public. Is there an idea of when the petition process will begin?
We are meeting again a week from this Thursday, which will be in Hartford,
At 6 o'clock, right?
6 o'clock, if anyone has that date on the top of their head.
So
So,
not 2 days from now, but the following.
yeah,
Okay.
24th, yes.
Okay.
24th in Hartford at 6 p.m. is the next meeting. Open to the public. We encourage everyone to come. It's informational, and everyone here has information, has input, has, thoughts that are valid and worthy of being stated there, so.
Is there a location online anywhere where any information has begun to be gathered and posted for people to see? Or
Yes.
not at this point yet?
Yes, absolutely everything, every iota of paperwork that we have received is on a Google Drive, which is connected to the Buckfield. If you go to the Buckfield, Town of Buckfield website, the Educational Exploration Committee has their own little tab. There's a Google Drive on there that has every single document. We are trying to be super transparent, even as far as emails and everything. So anyone can get on there and dig right in.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Did someone mention a Facebook page as well?
Yep.
Or you meant-
So it's the BHS, Buckfield Hartford Sumner Educational Exploration Committee.
Thank you, Stacy.
You're welcome.
Alrighty, Nick, I'm gonna skip you just for now, and we'll put the planning board down under new business, okay? Yep. RSU 10 report. I know that they're on vacation. You have anything else to say? Alrighty. Fire department report.
John, Daly,
Okay.
So it's probably been a while since we get a report. We're sitting at 18 members, 9 interior firefighters, so that's pretty good. We probably had about 15 that are actually active and showing up to trainings and calls and stuff like that. So all in all, membership-wise, we're in great shape. Ladies Auxiliary, as you know, we placed some containers out back behind the sand pit. We're going to be using those for training. We have some props out behind the fire department here that we'll be moving over there and get them under shelter. We'll kind of make a little training facility for different parts like search and rescue and ladder operations and stuff like that. As you guys drive around Kaufman Elementary School, you will see a house that's town land. It's been cleaned up a little bit for training purposes, so we can get in there and work around it. Starting tomorrow, we'll be training over there for firefighter 1 and 2 at a Buckfield, and by the end of August and October, we'll be having live burns there. So that'll be the.
As in you're gonna burn the house?
Yep.
Okay. You said that here soon you're gonna be doing training over there. What type of training? You guys scoping the house out or?
Venting, roof operations. It's parts of the house are softer than others, so structurally, there's parts of it that we don't want to train in necessarily. But no, mainly it'll be roof operations, venting on Wednesday, and then we'll have some other trainings over there. But it'll culminate in the live burn. The only thing I do have to say, I did talk to the firefighter 1 and 2 instructor. We are ultimately responsible at the town meeting, since it's our property, like whatever's left for cleanup. So I don't know if we can get like a 20-yard dumpster out there and just dump it. We did have one of the firefighters offer to bring over from his excavation company that he works for, an excavator and a truck and just start dumping it into the truck and haul it away. I don't know if that's a final or not, but it's something we may have to consider.
Thank you.
I assume we filed all the appropriate paperwork with the state.
That's, as far as burning it, that's through the fire 1 and 2. Yep. There is some work we have to do. We have vinyl siding. Vinyl siding has to be ripped off because they don't want us breathing that. And there's some other things that need to be done to make it safe.
Yep. Alrighty. Road report, Mr. Corson.
Yeah, I haven't done much on road work yet. Everything is all, I got it all done big safe. And I rode around this morning. I hit every road in the town just to see what things look like after the rain, and I was very impressed with a lot of stuff. My roads are in pretty decent shape. They haven't really got to be graded yet. I just got some minor ditching and some gravel to add in places, and things are good to go.
Are you finished with the work that was up there on Hood River Trail?
I haven't started.
Oh, you haven't started that?
It's all dig safe, ready to go. Yeah, I gotta get up there.
Alright.
Yep.
Alright. Thank you. ACO, Mr. Holmes. Not here. Nothing heard.
Off week anyway, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
Forms, reports, correspondence, anything for us? New business, ordinance that the select board would like the planning board to focus on. Nick, what do you guys, do you have anything for us?
So beyond the two that are listed on the agenda, the E911 and the roads ordinance, I would just mention we're probably due for a shoreline zoning update.
Okay.
Calvin's waiting to hear back from the state, but ours was last updated in 2014, and the state updated their version in 2015. So probably.
So theirs takes precedence anyways then.
Right, so we have to update ours to be within. And then we had some discussion around camper gear ordinance as well, just we don't have anything there, and there's been a couple things Calvin's come across where, we don't really have any ordinance related to, so we don't know, it's more of a discovery at this point.
Okay. So, the shoreline, are we reaching out to some of the state for that?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Roland to get back to me.
Okay.
He was all excited about getting it resolved when he was here, and once he left back to Augusta.
Busy, swamp, pretty. Alrighty, so we have some time. Obviously, the next time we need these ready to go isn't for what, 11 months. So we have time to formulate something and get everything out to the town. Okay. All right. Is there anything other than that? So the the E911 addressing ordinances, the concern was multiple properties propping up on the non-town roads, private roads.
I'm going to look at an address and I'm finding 3 or 4 houses on one lot that all has one address. So if someone calls 911 at 2 a.m., I don't know which one you're gonna go to. It could be 1,000 feet in the woods or up on a main road. So that should be, I know in other towns, once you have a second dwelling on a driveway, it has a private road sign and it becomes a street, a sign with an address.
Now, is that something, if it's a private road, obviously, does that, if we have an ordinance that says private roads are required to have X, Y, and Z, does the town help out with these signs, or does that bought by the owners of the?
If it's an existing one, it's the town will buy it. If it's a new one, I typically buy them and install them, but they pay the fee of, I think it's $175, $150 for this post, the sign, the bracket.
Do you want to weigh in on this, or? No? Okay.
Non-town road.
Yeah. Okay.
To your point though, there's probably some like budgetary aspect to this in terms of the catch-up.
Yeah.
So it would be like every year in my budget, I have a sign ordinance of like $5,000. So it would have to be put in your sign, a sign ordinance, a budget item for signs, and that would have to be put in, and we would anticipate we're gonna have maybe 50 of them in the first year, we're gonna have to suck up, and then from then on, as soon as the second person wants an address on that same driveway, they're gonna have to pay to supply the sign that the town would order and the town would install.
Who would that fall under? CEO?
It can, yeah, it probably in a town this size it would, yeah.
Is that typically what you've seen?
Yeah, so it is how it goes. The town code officer would require a street sign, and that fee would be collected, paid at the counter, and that would go out there.
Okay. All right, so we have some time to figure out these ordinances if that's true and needs to happen, if that's something to kind of get us on the line. So
Yeah, if that's something the town wants to do.
Okay.
But
I have a question.
and some of them.
Do we actually have a map, or do you have access to say in the last 12 months we've got this many? And they're located X, Y, Z across town? Do you know how many there are that generate?
It would be in case by case as I go and look at a property and I find 3 or 4 houses on one driveway with the same address, that's when we would have to say, well, something needs to be done, and then she would do the addressing and say, well, we need to put an address for these units.
There's probably some work to do on our end to make sure we have a good idea of what that looks like in terms of size.
Ms. Chapman?
Jeff, I know that, last year when the planning board was involved with the dwelling unit, ordinance that was put into place, was there any guidance from the state at all about how multiple dwellings might be on one property? Is there any kind of guidance at the state level at all?
It would be under the 911 addressing ordinance. 911 addressing, Diane has the contact to those people, and she does the addressing and the mapping. I can't remember the guy named Mike, or what his name is.
The state has a template though for the E911 ordinance that's like specific to the road naming and things like that.
Okay, so we as a town, be looking at a template that's already been drawn up by the state.
Yeah, for the E911.
It's a computer software program, and Diane would go in and she would actually draw the road in, and this is the second house, and they would have a number. So if they get an emergency call in the middle of the night, they're gonna know exactly where that dwelling is on that property.
Ms. Bishop, did you have a question?
Well, I know where Don Hinshaw's camp is on that road. They have the number 103 that's been there for a long time. And then Bobby Joe and Kevin Seeley, when you drive in that road, on the right they have a camper. And they have a second sign out there, I'm sure they put up themselves, that says 99. But I don't know if that's registered with the town or just with the post office.
Is there any sort of like liability for the town if folks live on a private road and they like you said, the scenario where there's 3 houses, 1, 2, and 3 being farthest from the road, if 2 calls for help, they show up at 1 or vice versa. is there any like potential issue for the town that we're not holding?
I don't know the answer to that. That'll we have to get a legal opinion on that.
Okay, I just wasn't
Sure,
sure
that's gonna be.
if you had any experience with
I
that.
think that guy might be able to tell us that the
Okay. All right.
While we're on the topic of planning board, select board, do you have anything that you need from us as the planning board?
Mostly just making sure we're on the same page in terms of what we focus on, I think, sounds like we're on board, so.
Okay, so, just to kind of circle back, this seems like, the 911 addressing ordinance is something to explore, updating the current road ordinance, and then, we'll circle back at the next joint meeting, which will, 3 months? In January, and, come up with that idea for the shoreline, and then, yeah, camping or camping and camps. Okay, all right. Any old business? All right. Upcoming events, the community cookout at the East Sumner Congregational Church, July 23rd at 5 p.m. All are welcome.
Also, your next meeting, you said, July 24th?
July 24th.
Meeting.
Everybody get that the following day?
And it's Buckfield, excuse me.
Hartford,
Oh, Hartford, that's right. Hartford Town Office.
We're at Hartford?
the town office.
The town office, okay, thank you. All right. All right, just some general notices. Board of Appeals has 2 openings. The Planning Board has 1 opening for regular and 1 opening for an alternative Planning Board member. We're looking for members for the Comprehensive Plan Committee and update the current comprehensive plan. Currently, there are 3 members, last updated in 2014. And
There's only 2.
there's 2.
Oh, you're
I don't,
gonna call yourself that?
and I'll call myself a member.
Okay, I was just wondering who the third one was.
Yeah, I'm the 3rd.
That boy.
There will be no select board meeting on July 22nd, 2025. The next regular select board meeting will be on August 12th, 2025. Real quick, I want to circle back on the comprehensive plan. So have we gotten a fair amount of replies for that questionnaire that was made available?
You might have
We
a
got
number, 20.
probably 25, I have a folder started for the month, so we can go through those whenever you wanna set up a meeting.
Do we want to leave it open for any longer, or if there's anyone here today who hasn't filled one out, please fill one out on your way out, or take it and return it. Okay? Yeah.
Oh, we got.
Until the next meeting or something, yeah.
Okay. Once the data is collected, how is that going to be interpreted? Is that going to be given to Ms. Buffkins to kind of go through and generally put, what folks want, or is that?
Our thought was the comprehensive plan committee would probably take the first
Okay.
crack at it, so
Okay, yeah,
joint member for you, Jeff.
sounds good, yeah. All right, we chased my own tail for a second. All right. The select board will be reviewing June financials in the office with Miss Diane Campbell once the planning board meeting begins. So, that's us. All right. Do we vote out?
Nope, because we're going over the
Oh, that's
financials
right,
in the
yeah.
meeting.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, looks like we've exhausted our duties for the day. I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Seconded.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Thank you, everybody.
Concluded this select board meeting at 7:57 on July 15th, 2025.